Hey guys, welcome to your weekly wellness workshop. Today we are going to go into specifically how you can effectively recoup from a diet fail or a meal plan slip, whatever you want to call it. But if you've committed to some sort of nutrition plan that you want to follow, whether it's a Whole30 or the Tone It Up meal plan, keto, paleo, Beachbody, whatever it is, and you're going to start on a Monday because that's what we all do, and come Wednesday, Thursday, you just don't want to do it anymore. That's specifically what we are going to talk about today, how to recoup from that slip up that you may have had. Maybe it was one food group that you were supposed to avoid, and maybe it was 5 food groups you were supposed to avoid. So that's what we're going to talk about today. You're going to learn how to effectively recoup from any sort of meal plan slip off. Cool? So why am I talking about this? I am Katie Hardy. I'm a professional integrative health and wellness coach. So I help women take on consistent, maintainable, effective, healthy habits that they can maintain in the long run to not only reach their goal, but to also maintain their goal and those healthy habits without feeling deprived, without feeling restricted, and without feeling like a failure. So whether it's nutrition or fitness or mindfulness, we create a specific goal and we work towards that goal in positive ways. No deprivation, no detoxes here, ladies, okay? So that's what I do. It's my jam. If you want to learn more about it, hop on over to Whole30.com. You can click on coaching and you can see what type of services I provide and how we could potentially work together. Or you could sign up for my latest and greatest mindless eating program. It's a 7-day email program where you get one lesson a day in common mindless eating habits that we have. These wellness struggle zones, whether it's how often we eat during the day, specific times we've trained our brain to eat, or certain emotions that are causing us to eat. And this is all based on whether you have a goal and you're trying to really fine tune your overall health and well-being, and something's not working, you're stalled, you've plateaued. This is the program for you. These are just certain areas that you can consider if you're really trying to up-level your game of health. Cool? So that is over at Whole30.com. All right, guys, so without further ado, I'm going to keep this to under 10 minutes. So we've got about 5.5 minutes left. So let's jump in. All right, so when we're talking about any sort of meal plan that you're trying to follow or nutrition program, and maybe you even created it yourself, it's not some, corporate plan, you get a couple days in and something happens, right? Your brain is like, whoa, this is not really comfortable. It was more comfortable when I knew what we were gonna eat all the time, and now you're like throwing in more vegetables. Where are my cookies? Where are my chips? Where is the beer? So your brain, your primitive brain is saying, hey, like this is not comfortable. Let's go back to eating the cozy way. But you also have your prefrontal cortex section of your brain that's saying, hey, let's delay this gratification and let's kind of keep going with the commitment that we gave ourselves earlier, and let's see what the long-term benefits would be. So these two parts of your brain are always at battle, and it's up to you to make the choice for what you want to do. So let's say that you have chosen a certain way to eat. Maybe you're trying to give up gluten or dairy or sugar, or reducing those to a certain number of days a week. Let's say you started on a Monday and you get to Wednesday or Thursday and you're like, F this. My kids are having pizza, I'm eating the pizza. Or I took my kids out for ice cream, I'm eating the ice cream. Or my husband is making peanut butter and jelly, whatever the case may be. You decide, you know what, I am a victim of this plan and this is not my jam. I'm out, I'm over it. So here's where you have the choice. So I created this acronym that I don't even know if I'm gonna keep it for long. It's SACA, SACA. It doesn't mean anything, but here's what it does mean. The S is for the slip, okay? So that's what starts. You have the slip. Then the A is the acknowledgement. So you can also say the awareness. That is when you have to fully acknowledge that you made that slip, or that you are going to make that slip off of the plan that you decided that you wanted for yourself. Not that anybody commanded you to do, but that you decided you want for yourself. So S is the slip, A is the acknowledgement to say, yes, I did it, and here is why. And then the C in SACA is the choice. After you make the slip, whether it's one thing that you had off of the plan, or maybe it was 5 things you had off of the plan, you have the choice to either continue to downward spiraling, or you could the very next meal or the very next day get back on track, Or you could decide, you know what, I don't really want to get back on track, and this is a food that I don't want to give up. So instead of having it 6 or 7 days a week, maybe I'll have it 1 to 3 days a week. So that's the C, that's your choice. And then the final A is the aftermath. How do you feel? How did that food make you feel or drink? Did it serve its purpose? So that is kind of the process that you would go through to decide, was it worth it? Should I continue to do it? And if you follow this process every time you're about to go off of one of your meal plans that you've decided yourself on your own that you wanted to do, you can come back stronger. Maybe you will always slip in some way, shape, or form, but every time you do, it's going to be easier to come back to the plan that you want to follow. So again, we only have about a couple minutes left here, but let's just go through a little bit. Right now, I don't have a blog post up for this yet, but I'm going to be writing a specific blog post for this, so it's easier for you to dive in and see each of the steps to follow. So you do not want to miss this blog post. So hop on over to wholehearty.com and either sign up for the Mindless Eating program, that 7-day, 1 lesson a day program that will pinpoint your kind of eating struggle zones, or just click tips at the top of the page and sign up for my weekly email lesson. Cool? All right, so each thing, again, the slip, you have to decide, are you going to slip? That's step number 1. Is it worth it? Is this, even this one bite of ice cream, is it worth it to you to hop off of the plan that you committed to? If it is, you then need to decide, is it only that food group that's going to be your slip? Is it going to be that serving of ice cream? Or are you going to go down the rabbit hole and have the pizza, the cookie, the jelly beans, the bagel chips, and whatever else it is that you gave up from your program? So you have to decide, is it going to be, if you're committing to the slip, was it 1 slip or was it 5? All right, in that one setting. So that's number 1, the slip. Now here's the acknowledgement area, the A. You need to write this down, y'all. Grab that planner. You need to write down what day it was, what time of day it was, how did you feel, what was the food? Because if this is going to continuously happen in your life, you really need to come to grips and become more self-aware with what that situation is. Was it right after work? Were you stressed? Was it a stressful day with the kids? Did you have 5 different practices and games to take them to while you were committing to 5 different PTA things or events, right? Or did you have people in town? Were you sick? So having that acknowledgement and becoming really aware of why you made the slip, what the food was, and what was that food doing for you? What did you want that food to do for you, or that drink? What void were you trying to fill? Did you just need an emotional hug from Ben & Jerry's? What was it? The more you can write that down and acknowledge it, the stronger your brain and your mind is going to be prepared for the next time, okay? All right, guys, I have like a minute left, but again, hop on over to wholehearty.com and sign up for that Mindless Eating program, because you will get this blog post, and I'm probably going to add this to that program as well. Totally free program, all right? And then the choice, right? You get to decide, are you going to now clean it up and jump right back on that Whole30 the next day? Or is that not for you? Is that keto plan not for you? Is the 21-day fix not for you? Or is there something that you cannot give up and you don't want to feel deprived? So are you going to perhaps have it maybe once a week or every once in a while instead of 6 or 7 days a week, or instead of every single time that you see it? So that's your choice. You have to choose if it is realistic for you to completely give up what you were saying you were going to completely give up. All right, last step, and then I have to jump off, is the aftermath. How do you feel? Did you wake up feeling fine, and actually that slice of pizza wasn't so bad after all? Or did you wake up feeling stiff and hungover because of certain foods that you had? So you need to decide if that food that you chose to have in the slip served its purpose. All right, guys, I've got to go. I hope this was helpful. Share this with a friend if you think it was. And again, hop over to wholehearty.com, click tips to get my weekly lessons, or sign up for that free 7-day mindless eating program. All right, guys, have a great weekend.